damn, Pete Hegseth is screwed. At least it certainly looks like he may be screwed. You know, these illegal boat strikes that they've been conducting for months in the Caribbean, every damn one of them is illegal, as we've discussed. And every person that has been killed in those strikes was murdered because there was no legal authorization for Trump to kill these people. And, you know, they refer to it as extrajudicial killings. Yeah, we have a word for that. It's called murder. These people were murdered. But it has gotten worse. As you know, this present scandal involved the very first boat strike on September 2nd. And apparently, after the initial strike of the boat, there were 2 survivors clinging to wreckage in the water. And Pete Hegseth ordered a second strike on those survivors, said, kill everybody. And apparently, according to reports, SEAL Team 6 went in there and killed those people. You know, a second strike blew them up with a missile. And according to one report of someone who claims to have watched the live feed, said that if the American people were to see that video, because, you know, they keep putting out these videos of the boats getting blown up, but they didn't put out video of that second strike on those 2 survivors. Well, this person said if the American people saw that, they would be horrified. And this thing is blowing up, so to speak, for Pete Hegseth. You now have both the Senate and the House Armed Services Committee saying they are going to vigorously investigate this. You've had members of Congress know that this is illegal. They know these are war crimes. Up until this point, they've just been too friggin' cowardly to do anything about it. But now, since Pete Hegseth is directly implicated here, they can attack these boat strikes without actually going after Trump directly. They can go against Hegseth, which they have no problem doing that. And so now you have both of these armed services committees with Republicans on board promising vigorous oversight investigations of what happened here. You've got people calling this war crimes, people calling this murder, and that's exactly what it is. And the reason Hegseth is screwed is because it looks like Trump is about to throw him under the bus. He was on Air Force One, I guess this was yesterday, taking questions from reporters about this. And he did what he always does. He pretended he didn't know anything about it. Well, I don't know. You're talking about the boat strikes? I don't know what happened. I'm only the president. Are you talking about the boat strikes of those 2 guys? I don't know. Pete says he doesn't know anything about it. So that's what he was saying. He's like, well, I don't know, which is what he always does. And he says, well, Pete says he didn't order a second strike, and I believe him. But he then goes on to say that he wouldn't have ordered. I didn't want a second strike. I wouldn't have wanted a second strike, is what he says. But Pete said he didn't do that. Trump knows damn well that there was a second strike and that Pete ordered it. He's just playing stupid, and he's setting it up to where, well, if he did that, well, then I wouldn't have supported that. And so when this comes out in these hearings, when we get more information, if that's what happens, if we get this information, what's Trump going to do? He's already set it up where he doesn't approve of that. So then that would be the perfect opportunity to make Pete Hegseth the scapegoat and fire him. What's more concerning for Pete Hegseth, I mean, obviously he's worried about getting fired, as he should. But he should be more concerned about getting a pardon, because what he has done is criminal. He could be prosecuted for war crimes, and he could be prosecuted for murder. Now, Donald Trump, given the genius of our Supreme Court, has decided that the president is immune, and almost certainly he would be immune in this situation because he's immune for official acts, and giving an order to the military is an official act. even if it's friggin' illegal, it's probably what the Supreme Court would hold. Although I will say this, the immunity for official acts is only presumptive immunity. It's not absolute immunity as it is for core constitutional functions. Would this be a core constitutional function? Well, actually, it probably would be now that I'm thinking about it. He's giving an order as commander-in-chief. Yeah, the court would probably say that's a core constitutional function. Either way, Trump would almost certainly not face justice for this. But Pete Hegseth has no such immunity of any kind, and he can be prosecuted. So if I were him, I'd almost be, well, I would be more worried about receiving a pardon right now than I would about keeping my job. And by the way, I would not be surprised if this guy starts hitting the bottle again hard, if he ever stopped, because this has got to be a pretty stressful time for him. And this is one of those, stressors that could very well cause this guy to start, hitting the bottle again big time. Guess we'll see. Maybe he'll come out and do a drunken press conference where he denies all that. Oh, I hope so. Oh, wouldn't that be great if he came out and just was like totally shit-faced? Yeah, that'd be good. But yeah, it is getting bad. And this is the kind of thing, and of course, I don't know where this is going to lead, so, caveats and everything. But this certainly could bring down Hegseth for sure. If more information comes out, I think Trump has already set the stage. He's just ready to cut Hegseth loose as the scapegoat. So I think that's a done deal. If it gets any worse, Pete Hegseth will be out. But this is the kind of thing that could spiral out of control, just like the Epstein thing. Once these balls get rolling, you never know where they're going to end up. We don't know all the specifics. We don't know who might come forward. We don't know what audio tape there might be, what videotape there might be, what people who are disgruntled, who just want to protect themselves, whistleblowers. You never know where this could all go and what it could lead to. This is the kind of thing that could bring down a presidency. Not saying that's going to happen. Obviously, my fingers are crossed. I hope that's what happens. I mean, this piece of shit needs to go down for so many things. And these are literal war crimes. War crimes. He is committing murder. And by the way, every member of the military in the chain of command responsible for carrying out this order, they should be scared too. Because if they don't get pardons, every damn member of SEAL Team 6 who took part in this, if they don't get pardons, then they could be prosecuted for murder. This is a big freaking deal. And it's something that we need to be paying very close attention to. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. More on this later.